just can't understand how you can be so unconcerned about all this.
Unconcerned?
Yeah,
okay,
really...
do you really think I'm gonna get a wink of sleep until that phone rings tomorrow? I'm scared to death for my mom. I'm grateful there's finally something to be scared about, but what I'm really concerned about is you.
Me? Me?
Yes. I'm beginning to wonder if you are capable of having a good time.
Why? Because I like to wear my gloves in winter?
No, because you have this bit of adventure about you. No, you are, Paul. You're a watcher. You are a watcher. There are watchers in this world, and there are doers. And the watchers sit around watching the doers do. Well, tonight, you watched, and I did.
It was a little bit harder to watch what you did than it was for you to do what I was watching.
You know, you can't even relax for one evening. I don't know, Paul, sometimes you just act like a...
What? A stuffed shirt, is that it?
I didn't say that.
That's what you were implying.
That's what you were anticipating. I didn't say stuffed shirt. You're just extremely proper and dignified.
And dignified? When was I proper and dignified?
The other night at Delfino's, you were drunk, right?
Right. I was stoned.
Not exactly. I didn't even know until you told me in the morning. You're a funny kind of drunk, Paul. You just sat there looking sad, watching your coat.
I was watching my coat because someone else was watching my coat. If you want, I'll get drunk for you sometime, make your hair stand on end.
Not necessary.
You know, last New Year's Eve, I punched an old woman at Harry's bar last year. Don't tell me about proper and dignified. When else was I proper and dignified?
All the time. You always dress right, you always look right, you always say the right thing. You're nearly perfect.
That's a rotten thing to say.
Before we got married, I thought you slept with a tie.
No. Just for very formal sleeps.
Hey, you see, you have no sense of ridiculous. Like last Thursday night, you wouldn't go walking with me barefoot in Washington Square Park. Why not?
Simple answer. It was 17 degrees.
Exactly. It's very sensible, very logical, and it's not fun.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you ought to be with someone a little more suited for you, a little colorful and flamboyant like the geek.
Well, it would have been more laughs than a stuffed shirt.
I thought you said I wasn't.
Well, you are now.
I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to listen to this. I have a case in court in the morning.
Where are you going?
To sleep.
How can you go to sleep now, Paul?
Gonna close my eyes and count Nietzsche's. Good night.
No, okay, you can't go to sleep now, Paul. We're having a fight.
You have the fight. When you're done, would you turn off the lights, please?
Okay, you see, this is what gets me insane. You can even control your emotions.
No. I'm just as upset as you are. But when I get hungry, I eat. When I get tired, I sleep. You do the same thing. Don't deny it. I've seen you.
Not in the middle of a crisis.
What crisis? We're just yelling.
You don't consider this a crisis? Our whole marriage is hanging in the balance.
It is. When did this happen?
Just now! Okay, it has suddenly become very clear to me that you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
Because I won't go walking barefoot in the park? You don't have a case, Corey. Adultery, yes. Cold feet, no.
Okay, don't oversimplify this, Paul. I'm angry. Can't you see that?
It's 2:15. If I can get to sleep in half an hour and get about 5 hours of sleep, I'll call you from court in the morning. Can you finish this over the phone?
You will not go to sleep now, Paul. You'll save your fight to save our marriage.
If our marriage hinges on fishbowls and Perfomed, then it's not worth saving. Now I'm going to crawl into our tiny little single bed if you care to join me. We're sleeping from left to right tonight.
You won't discuss it? You're afraid to discuss it. I married a coward!
Would you bring in a pail? The closet's dripping.
I hate you. I really hate you.
Corey, wait a minute. There's something I learned in court. Be careful. When you're tired and angry, you may say something you will soon regret. I am now tired and angry.
And a coward.
Maybe you're right. Maybe we aren't meant to be together. I mean, two people should have more than just a blood test first, right? They should be tested for emotional maturity, understanding, and common sense.
Okay. Why don't you get it passed by the Supreme Court that only couples with a certificate from their psychiatrist proving they're emotionally mature can be married?
You're impossible.
Well, you're unbearable.
You belong in a nursery school